Swear when it matters. We ain't got time for bullshit, ain't got time for your manners. We wanna see war, man, with their pen out here just causing damage. It's for when it matters. It's for when it matters. We ain't got time for bullshit, ain't got time for your manners. We wanna see war, man, with their pen out here just causing damage. It's for when it matters. See, I'm back up on my graph now. Take your door, I'm back out. See, my money came an issue. So we seated up a grass house. Now I'm cleaning up my rack count. If it's needed, put the cash down. Catch a chopper to the face. Let's sit up beneath your mask now. We all about it, so I'm around me, still ain't gonna back down. Used to call you bro, till you morphed into that rat house. Now morgues, we never dap now. The sword will get you clapped down. Get your mom up on the rock and tell the bitch to lay the smack down. Your family's full of muppets, I ain't handy, but I'll cut him. You see, dad's an old shooter, like he handy with a musket. So we roll up on your street and have you clapped out with a rusty. I ain't moving with a mask, I'll just snatch him in a hoodie. I'm a bastard, but they love me. He ain't scared, let the thing go. I've always been a good kid, so they blame it all on Gringo. Cause you'll snatch your fucking fingers if you're claiming that ring glows. Debo with a fist, knock your boy out his pencil. It's when it matters. It's when it matters.
What's good, people? We're back here at the Smokehouse. I'm back. Second stream so far. We're going to be doing a big one tonight. We're going to have a fair few guests coming through, so hopefully it's all good and everyone turns up. We've got Pagan and Dub T in the background at the moment, so we'll be bringing them two on first to have a little chat. But before we do that, you guys know I love a little montage video, so I've got to show you this.
I'm here at the war-winning match tournament for Premier Battles, and I'm about to smoke every single person who gets put in front of me all the way to the final. I'm just ready for whichever person gets put in front of me. I'm taking heads off straight away. I've watched Gasbuff for a while. He's a good battler. Like, there's no lying, he's a problem for a lot of people, but when it comes down to a tournament like this, nobody's a problem for me.
To be fair, man, like, everybody didn't turn up in first round, didn't turn up in second round. Quicksilver battle didn't go how I wanted it to. But we're here. I'm going all the way anyway. Damn hyped, let's fucking go. I'm here to smoke Briggs' little tiny boots off. I'm only here to win this tournament.
So my name's De Burke. I'm from Galway City in the west of Ireland, and my style would kind of be a little hybrid between jokes and bars. I like to mix them in both, and a little bit theatrical at times. But yeah. I think I bring something different. I think I've been working on my stage presence, my performance, things like that. I think I have concepts, and like, I think in the group stage I'll bring a nice variant of all of those things, and you'll understand why. Just bring it on. I'm looking forward to it. I just want to battle, you know what I mean? I feel like I've been waiting for a while now to get back in the pit, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I entered the tournament because I want to be active, and also I want to be a part of different productions. I've done a lot of events where there's just a camera slapped in the middle of the room, and it just doesn't, I like the kind of energy of a full production, and I think battle rap can be really exciting and interesting when it's done like that. I thought that I was supposed to battle Grazza originally, then they told me it was Bobby Rex, then they told me it was Tongue Twister, and there wasn't a single time I thought I couldn't win the battle. If I think I can beat Bobby Rex, then I think I can pretty much win the whole tournament. And I think it's been good. I was in a really tough group, and then my last 16 was supposed to be against Spirit. He didn't show up, so that was pretty handy. And yeah, it's been a good all round. The group stages were by far the toughest, and it's a little bit easier now because it's just win or lose kind of thing. I was more unsure about whether I'd get out of the group stages because I had Caveman and Frost and Mr. Tongue Twister originally, so I was more unsure about that. But I topped the group. I topped the toughest group by far, so I think that I'm, doing pretty well for myself.
Dub T, aggressive punchlines, Coventry. every Dub T battle is cinema. Every Dub T battle has a talking point. So you're never going to be not entertained by a Dub T battle. Because I feel like, you know, given the experience I get in the tournament, I think I could be one of the best in the country. So I'm here to win the money really and to progress. I don't believe in this format that any of them have anything for me. I think with the style I've got, with the punchy style and I don't need much set up, I think I outclass all of them, to be honest. I believe I'm going to win. I believe I'm going to win, and I believe I'm going to do it in very impressive fashion.
I feel like I've made the necessary adjustments and I'm going to be much better in the next round of this. So yeah, I feel confident going into this one. I feel like since that battle I have gone on to do more than him, and I think I'm seen in a better light than him. So I don't think too much of the first battle. We're both completely different battlers from then to now. So I haven't watched the battle back, for instance, to see how he is, because it just isn't a good reflection of what we're both like now. So I'm really confident. I think I'm a far superior battler to him, and that's just what it is. He's a good friend of mine, but I feel like I'm better than him.
It's been patchy. I think I've had good moments. I've had some pretty shit moments as well. Yeah, I just want to get this done, but I want to get through to the next round and just do my thing. I'm just sick of battling people I don't want to battle, so it's one of them. Saying, oh, the tournament's built for Dub T, but yeah, I've been the name for all of these guys. I've not had one battle where I've been the one who couldn't have had the battle before the tournament. So who's the tournament for then? It ain't for me, is it? It's for the Kick Nellies and the Red Wolves of the world. But I'm still going to take the money in the belt, and yeah, that's it.
I'm Pagan. I'm from Glasgow via Ireland, if you can't tell by the accent. Yeah, and I battle on Premier Battles.
We ain't got time for bush, ain't got time for your manners.
I entered the Where Winning Matters tournament because I want to win it, and 3k is a nice amount of money to come out for my troubles, and I feel like I can win it. People should tune in and watch my battle because I'm entertaining. Anyone who runs into me in the tournament, best of luck to you, man. You're going to have to bring your A game, basically, because I'm looking at everyone and I'm willing to take names. I'm looking forward to it. Clean performance, very happy. I think I took the right approach by not fully jumping down her throat and kind of playing about with it a bit, the angle in the second. Kept it versatile, I think that. I feel like I took it, but you never know. Hey, Pagan, out of Glasgow, battling on Premier Battles, Where Winning Matters tournament. I think so. I think I got through. I'm pretty confident in that. Good. There's a lot of names that could be a threat, to be honest. We're in that stage of the tournament now where everyone is, to be taken seriously. Mind yourselves going forward, lads. I'm taking heads. That's about it. And yeah, look after each other. Be good. Today I am battling Enigma the Prophet. Well, today I'm taking the shite at Enigma the Prophet. Anyone can be a threat, apart from Enigma. Anyone can be a threat. I think Dub T has a chip on his shoulder and a point to prove because he's not had the best tournament so far, but he is very good. Yeah, that belt's going to look good on me, and so the second one when I get my title shot.
Boom. So there you have it. All of the semi-finalists, talking their shit, and rightfully so. They've got to where they've got to. We're going to bring on the people that I got backstage. I mean, we've got 2 people backstage, so I'll bring them on one by one here. So first off, we got one of the semi-finalists, which is Pagan. How you doing, buddy?
How we doing, man? Can you hear me good? I know sometimes my Wi-Fi can be a bit funky.
Yeah, now you're all good, man. You're all good. I can hear you loud and clear. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. I really liked the intro there. That was quite cool. Well edited.
I love doing them, but I feel like that one was a bit long. I should have trimmed that down a bit, but yeah, we're learning. But yeah, I love doing little montage videos of shit. So whoever wins will get quite a cool little montage video from me done, and then we'll do a stream hopefully with one of you guys who wins. Speaking of which, we do have another semi-finalist backstage as well, and I think you're going to be talking to him this weekend actually, and it's obviously Dub T. How you doing, man?
Let's go. How we doing,
you
guys?
Good?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Yeah, feeling good about the weekend?
Feeling refreshed Saturday. Yeah, I feel good for Saturday. I was watching that montage. In that clip of me at the end, I'm so miserable, man. So miserable. I don't necessarily miserable. No, I feel very refreshed going into this. I don't feel as down as I was on that day. But
okay.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
Good. And lastly, backstage, we've got somebody who's been doing some judging for the tournament. So we've got man like Frankie Fraser. What's up, bro?
Hey.
I can't hear no one. One sec.
Okay. All right, man. I'll take you out and then bring you back in. All right, give me a thumbs up. You can't hear me, so I don't know why I'm saying that. So obviously you two were live with Trubs at the start of this week, kind of going through, you guys are both really prepped and all that. Has any of you made any slight tweaks to any material over this week, or have you just left it ready to go? Dub, we'll ask you first.
No, nothing's changed since that thing with Trubs.
Okay.
It's one of them things with Pagan where I've got my stuff there. I've got my plan set out. There's no point changing it this late. So, yeah, nothing's changed for me.
Okay. And what about you, Pagan? Are you a last minute writer in that sense, like tweaking, or do you just go with the material you got?
Sometimes. If I read something and I go, nah, he's changed it, I found a better way to put it. But this time around, no, I'm happy out. I think all my rounds, they'll have a point to them. I'm happy with them. I like the approach I've taken. I think it's going to take a lot to beat them. Okay.
Fight and talk. Frankie, how you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, hopefully everyone can hear me now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we got you. We can hear you.
Can I just say I didn't hear a word like Pagan said? Was that just on my end?
That is just your end. I could hear him. Frankie, did you hear Pagan talking then?
Yeah, so I had to hop out and hop back in, so maybe it's one of them.
Yeah, try that.
Let me come back in.
Frankie, so we'll come to you quick.
Yeah, looking forward to the event though.
Definitely. So are you going to be at the event? Like, this is a good start, isn't it? You there, Frank?
Did I freeze or did you freeze? What's happening?
You did freeze.
I froze.
All right, I can hear everyone.
No, I can't hear no cunt again.
Drop back out and come back in. This is a very good start. Right, whilst we're waiting for Frankie, this has come up. And then this has come up. Now, I don't think it is much of a debate, really. Like, Dub, like, you even said it on the stream, like, you've done enough to get through.
Yeah.
But there has not been an A1 Dub performance in this tournament. There was
probably not.
I think the Dojo one was really good. But even that, like, you can go higher than that, right? Like, there is really no debate here.
There was elements of, I'd say there was elements of laziness in the Dojo writing, to be honest.
Okay.
Especially with the third. I mean, the third's a good round, but it's only good because I knew what he was going to do. Like, it's not like I've created this really creative angle.
That's one thing that I thought.
Down what he does.
Yeah, that's one thing that I thought that you've done really well in this tournament is your defense writing. So your counter writing on it. Like, you haven't necessarily gone for the jugular like you usually do, but you've been really, really good at counteracting what they're going to say and then nullifying what they're saying, basically. So in terms of winning battles, that is a really good tactic. So, nobody can say you've done bad, right? But it's just...
No, I've kind of Floyd Mayweather my way through the tournament. You know what I mean? Like, I've kind of just rolled all the shots and shit and, like, no attack whatsoever. But, yeah, man, I've just been rolling shots all tournament, man.
Frankie, you can hear us and all that now, yeah?
Yeah, let's hope it lasts this time. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on.
I wanted to ask you, Frankie. Obviously, you've been involved in judging one of the rounds. Was it the quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals, yeah.
It was. How did you find judging that? It's froze again. I need to just not ask him questions, and then he'll just be fine, and he'll just stay on.
Sorry about this. I don't know what it is.
That's all right, man. Yeah, how have you found judging? Because obviously it's judging like on cam after the battles and stuff. Normally it's in the building. Has it been normal to you? What you've been thinking?
So because I haven't judged a battle in like ages, innit? So I wasn't really expecting to have to do any. And usually I just say no, not because I don't like want to. It just becomes quite like I overthink a lot of shit. So
okay, yeah.
I end up being like, oh, like is that the way to like? And then I get annoyed at myself. So I was like, no, I'll just say no. But for some reason, Briggsy must have caught me on a good day. So I was just like, yeah, go on then. And then he was like, yeah, you're doing all of them. And I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. I'm doing all of them then. All right. So I took fucking hours watching them because I went back and forth and I watched a lot of them a few times. Like, especially Briggsy and Sam Hypes. I watched that like 5-6 times, fam. Which I don't recommend, because when there's actually a close battle, you really shouldn't keep watching it, because you're just gonna keep towing that line almost, because you're gonna see a little thing from both again, or you're gonna just emphasize what you already thought, which was it was close. So I'd end up going with my first thought, which was Sam, just based off of like the reaction and stuff. So yeah, with the judging, I do enjoy it. I think that it's one of them. Like, I don't know whether I watch my own judging back, like as in like when I've had battles judged that much. So I'm not too sure what people want from it. But I try and give a breakdown of everything. So
from a fan's point of view, I thought that you was a very good judge. Like, I thought the way that you like articulated what you meant was really good. I personally wouldn't have minded you being a judge every round, to be honest.
Yeah, I probably should have done some more, to be fair, just because it wouldn't have been as much on the line when I finally did do it. But excuse me. But yeah, no, it's one of those where like I don't think enough like points, like what I don't technically have like a system or anything, but like with the dub battle with Quicksilver, like I had to, like, a lot of the stuff that was like on his side was just that he rapped better, and that sounds like such a fucking cliche to say, but I don't think people actually really add that enough in their judging. Like, we are still deciding who sounds like the better rapper here, right? At some point, it's not just about how you're attacking someone. There's still an element of that in there. So like that was a tick on his side. And then you were talking about counter writing. I actually thought, from what my memory of it, like Quicksilver tried to do a lot of counter writing and it didn't hit. And that, to me, that takes points away. But I don't always see judging where they actually think of it as like, oh, that didn't land, so I'm gonna take that away. And like I always think of like Real Deal always talks about like someone having like a technically terrible bar should take away from like a point towards your like round or whatever. There wasn't many of those, to be honest. I can't really think of one off the top of my head through the whole thing, but there's always something where I might have heard it before and I'm just like, well, I'm just not going to give that as much credit, kind of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of different levels to what I'm noticing, and I think it is better online in that essence, because in person I'm not going to be able to rewind anything back. I'm not going to be able to go and think, hang on, actually I heard more reaction there than I did the first time because I was reacting or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, obviously when I was first doing these streams, the whole point of it was like me and Tom jumping on and basically judging battles, right? And one thing that I always thought, like, the way that I judge battles, just which one I enjoyed more. Like, there's no, in terms of like technicality stuff, like, because I'm not a rapper like in any way, but I'm a fan of battle rap, and I've watched battle rap. You know, I've done the 10,000 hours as a fan, so you know I probably know a little bit more than a casual fan or whatever. So like to be able to go in and just go, because I judged Visual and Quill on the day, and I was terrified because I went into the back and I was like, what if I just didn't like that material, but technically it was better? Like, and I just like the other material more. Like, and I was proper getting in my head. But I think with a tournament like this, Frank, I think you're like the way that you were just saying, you know, you'd really, really overthink it. I think that's exactly what it needs. There's $3,000 on the line, and like, it should be over 4. It shouldn't just be this guy, like that guy, whatever. Like,
and that will happen on the day a lot. That will happen on the day a lot. Like, you will get people that, like, especially back in the day, not so much nowadays, but back in the day, like, I remember like people being so drunk for judging that they got asked to judge and just being like, that guy won, and walking away and things like that. Like, I'm sure I could be slightly off here, but I have a bit of a memory of like an event that happened in Bush in like 2012, and they ended up just taking all the judges off like after the fact. Like, they just added up on the screen, yeah, this was all shit. Like, we're not, their judging decision didn't count at all because they was all steaming or whatever. Can't remember exactly what the battle was, but
I don't remember that.
Remember something.
I can imagine.
So yeah, you will get a little bit of that, but that's not to say someone won't see it in the moment and know it's right. Like, sometimes you can tell. Like, I always think as well, it's quite funny. I spoke about this before, but I don't know if I've put it on anything. But I definitely spoke to people about it. No one knows who won and who lost more than the battlers that are in the battle. Like, you can watch 900 fucking battlers come off the stage and go, that was a classic, or I killed you, and this, that, and the other. Almost everyone knows when they've won or when they've lost. Like, genuinely, like, I can count on like one hand where I'm like, yeah, that weren't me. That weren't my day. Whether I like my material more, whether I could go back and be like, actually, this was way better because of the way I deconstructed this bar. Like, fuck out here. I didn't win in that moment. I know I didn't. So like, but you'll get some, because it's so ego based, which it has to be. Everyone's just like, I killed you, I'm great. You know what I'm saying? But most of us can walk off the stage and go, I won that. Like, whether they did or whether they had anything on the line for it, that's fine. But I know when I've lost, kind of thing. So I feel like battlers know when they've lost. You get me?
Yeah, definitely.
So they should judge it, but they won't.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of judging, though, do we know how this is being judged? In terms of like, is it being judged on the day on Saturday? And do you guys know the judges yet? Okay. All right. Question to you guys: is there anyone you wouldn't want to judge it? Dub, we'll go you first. Is there anyone you wouldn't want to judge?
There are many people I wouldn't want to judge this battle, man. I want the judges. I want the ones who only give battles to me. So I'm gonna go for. So Frank's 1-0 with me, so I'll take Frank. I don't know, man. Honestly, I think it being judged in the room changes the battle a lot. Changes a lot of the dynamics with it. On cam means like jab shit now, so on cam doesn't mean anything. So yeah, it's yeah, I do not want Wax to be judging my battle. Same with Cammy. Don't want Cammy to judge the battle. We'll go on a tangent about people's journeys or some shit. So we'll leave that as it is. Yeah, man. As long as it's fair judges, you know. If like you know some random off the streets judging, I'm gonna not be happy. But
yeah, definitely. And Pagan, what about you? Is there anyone that you particularly wouldn't want judging?
Off the top of my head,
I'll joke.
I don't know. Frank's giving me a battle, so I'll take Frank. But so.
By the way, can I just say, when I seen you two kind of, when it first started to come out, Frank, you kind of started to jab a little bit. I was like, yes. Like as soon as it got mentioned, I'm like, that needs to happen now. Like, regardless of what happens in this tournament, that should be the plate for even getting into the semi-finals. Do you know what I mean? Like that is a battle.
I 100% agree. Listen, he's probably I'm quite obvious. Like, I know how this works. I can see it. I can see it months ago. I can see it even a bit longer, further back. But it just all sort of like depends on like it's just one of those where like there's other battlers that might have like more like have done more or whatever. Like even Dub, I'd say he's done more or whatever in some aspects. And it's just not. And it's not that I wouldn't battle Dub. It's just you can sort of see something, and that's the one that they're gonna ask me to do. Like I knew it with Visual, I knew it with Sean, I knew it with fucking international battlers, I knew it with Homeschool, I knew it with Ellipsis like years ago. Like even like 5-6 years before we battled, I'm like, that's gonna happen. It just will.
Yeah, I know you and Ellipsis have been back and forth quite a lot actually, like trying to get this battle to go ahead, right?
Yeah, because one of us had to get flown out, and it ended up not being me. He got it. The cunt. I fucking got it, but we knew what we was doing.
So yeah, sorry, Pagan. Back to you. Is there anyone that you wouldn't want judging then, or do you not really care?
Off the top of my head, no. I've always had fair judging. Like the last time I was at that venue, levels, like before I went on against Bentner, they were like, these are the judges, you happy enough? Yeah, cool, grand. I think it was London Jen, Wax, and someone else. Who was the third judge? I can't remember. But like, I was happy enough. They all gave me the battle, so I can't complain. Wants Raz Ren to judge it. Raz Ren would give Dub 3 rounds just in the hopes that I'd go up and square up to him afterwards, which would happen anyway. But yeah, I'm easy with judges, man. Like as long as it's not as Nan or something, like I don't care. It's grand. I do like that the first live event one is judged in the room. That does change the dynamic, and it's cool. Because we've both done a few in front of that crowd, they'll recognize us. They kind of know us at this point, so it's gonna be.
And also, like, just in terms of this, the first event since September, like, this event is gonna go off. Like, I know I'm gonna be literally screaming for it. Like, I am. Like, I just know as a fan, I am so excited to get there on Saturday and to just watch some rap battles live. Like, it's been awesome watching streams, and I have enjoyed that. But oh man, I miss being in the crowd. I miss being. Dojo's trying to correct me. The December one don't count. That was just like a Christmas party type thing. We spoke about it with Briggsy last stream, all right? So fuck off back to your corner, mate. I'm joking. That was really aggressive for no reason. Sorry, Dojo. But yeah, I have enjoyed it, but getting these events back is going to be, it's going to be awesome, this event, definitely. Frankie, obviously, you've been following the tournament and things like that. What have you thought of kind of the structure and what Prem's tried to do?
Yeah, no, again, this is something I think I've had like conversation with, but not actually said out online or anything. But when it started, I was a little bit worried with the time limits, not because like I don't like short rounds, but because I thought it was just going to be a name flip fest. Like, because most battlers, like the first things you get for like most battlers is the name flips, right? And then you start moving on to like some sort of like tangible, this is where I'm going to go with it. Then you might end up with a full angle. And then you start writing around those things, right? But when it's short prep and you've got, I'm not saying short prep so much, but short rounds for the prep, you end up like, all right, well, these are all things that are going to hit, right? Because no one knows me and him, but they know his name's Pagan. So if I say Pagan like 3 different ways, everyone's like, oh, fucking hell, that's clever, innit? And then then that's all that happens. And I was a little bit like, let's not go that way. But I didn't see every live weekend or anything, but I saw maybe, I don't know, say 10, 12 battles, whatever, across the time up until like the quarterfinals. And then with the quarterfinals, I was so surprised, like with how much everyone was able to like really be direct with their angles in such a short amount of time. I thought it was excellent. It was like one of those I was like quite like I was really happy with everyone. Like I was proud of them in this, not to be like corny about it. Like different battlers, different styles. But they was all sort of able to attack their opponents with like angles and flips and all that stuff, but in such a short amount of time. And it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like I'm just going to say the one thing that sounded good that when I first started writing and that will be it. So yeah, that made me a lot more happy for it. And then it made me even more buzzing for the semis. Like I think it's going to be sick. And that's kind of why I wanted to go. It's kind of why I was talking shit. Just thinking it'd be fun. I wasn't even angling to get on no cards either, because when I actually first got asked to do any event, I didn't get asked to do an event. They just asked if I was retired. Like everyone keeps saying I'm retired, but when have I retired, bro? Who says that fucking word? I might have retired in like 2012 once when I was like,
that was when it was popular to retire. I know.
Yeah, that was the gimmick. That was the move. But
and then literally the next weekend, it was marketed as like Frankie's return.
Especially, you could do it with this format even more so as well, because you could make it like Raw, like where they go off one show and then they're back the next week, but they don't battle. They just stood in the crowd like looking, and then the week after it's me against some cunt. You know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, with that, it's just kind of like along with like a lot of other things like iBattle and other events that I've watched. King of the Dot and stuff, like I'm a little bit more hype with it all, paying more attention. And obviously summer is usually when I'm off, for the most part I'm off more than usual. So I was just like, all right, if everything's coming back at the right time for me, kind of thing. But it doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna rap anytime soon, but it's just that I want to go and experience it again because it's been ages. And these semis are gonna be great.
So like obviously from a fan's perspective, right, we've been starved of live events in for this whole year so far, right? From a battler's perspective, and all of you guys, like I guess for you two it's a bit different because you've been battling, but has it made you more hungry to want to battle, regardless of when that's going to be? Obviously not jumping straight away or waiting a little bit. Has it made you more hungry with the lack of events?
Just the fact that there's been less. So like now it's coming back, it feels like there's more opportunity again. I suppose
I guess they've created more targets again as well with this tournament, right? There's some people that you wouldn't have looked at before the tournament probably that you might look at now and be like, do you know what? I need to take him out before he's next up.
If Prem's doing 12 events a year, NLC, like trenches, all these like UK leagues or whatever, and then the international leagues are popping and they're bringing everyone over, and there's like fucking 60 events a year that like any one of us could get on like 5 or 6 of them. It sounds great, but then it becomes like slightly oversaturated. Then I don't know. But now when it's taken away a little bit, I'm like, all right. So not only will more people want to see me now because I've not been about, I also have that same feeling because I haven't really done it, and I'm one of those people that when I haven't battled for a while, I almost feel like I've forgotten. Like,
Yeah,
it's weird. Even though I've done it for so long, every battle it feels like I've never done this shit before. It's like surreal. You have to get like his hype back again, like where you're like, all right, what works, what doesn't, and then as you start getting through the process of writing, there's I don't know if it happens for other battlers as much, but you get this moment where you're like, it starts to lock in your head where you don't have to check your phone or whatever. And you just have this weird little like buzz of like, oh fuck, I've got it. You know what I mean? And then you hit it again like 2 days later because you've been rapping it for so much. But that day or so when you first lock it in, you're like, fuck, this is the one. Like, yes, I'm ready, I'm back, kind of thing. And then yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Whether it happens anytime soon for me, I'm not that fussed. It's not because I'm against it or anything. It's just it will happen when it happens. I've always been quite like that with my battling. So yeah.
Definitely. Frankie mentioned time limits and stuff in the tournament. Is this the time limit's been extended now, right? Or is it still 60s? So what's the time limit? 2 minutes?
It's 2s now. So the best way I can describe it is like, you know, when like a fighter does like a weight cut and then they move up in weight. It's like that feeling of like, I don't have to trim loads of material off anymore. Yeah.
Has that affected your prep much then, knowing that you've got
I've loved
more time?
it, man. Prep's been so nice. Not like I've just been able to just write things and then go back at the end, and then it's just it's been nice. It's been a nice.
Because I guess you would have had, like, with it being only 60 seconds, you're probably going to have double the amount of throwaways that you used to have, right?
Not even like not in my case, because I think what the 60 seconds did was it sort of, I'm naturally shortening things now, naturally trimming things down. So obviously I've got things that I've had that thrown out that haven't made the final edits and stuff, but way less than I thought I would, considering, like, you know, I've got to write double the amount as I did before. But yeah, prep has been fantastic for me. Like the writing, I've really enjoyed the writing at points. So yeah, I'm ready to go, man.
I like that. So Frankie, I'm going to ask you, because you guys have kind of been through this already with Trubs at the start of the week. Frankie, who do you see winning from? We'll do these two in a sec. Pause. We'll talk about these two in a second. Who do you see winning between Sam Hypes and DeBurk?
I got DeBurk with that one, to be honest. Yeah, he's one of those where everyone was super high on him when he first started. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't really get it at first. It wasn't necessarily that I thought he was bad. I just was quite like, he ain't that good. You know, like I wasn't sure, like, in that first like run. But then, yeah, the Hamill match, like, boy, he is that good. Fair play.
Yeah.
And I think he's the one out of all four of them right now that I think does the most.
Okay.
Personally, I think he does the most. We'll see, though. I could be wrong.
And who do you think will be facing DeBurk in the final then?
This one's difficult for me to answer, right? For a couple of reasons. There's shenanigans at play, right? Because I want to hype it. I want to talk shit as well. And there's like elements where one of these matches or both of these matches could potentially happen later. So it depends on which way I want to go with it. I could heel turn Dub right now, yeah, and just be like, fuck Dub, innit? I'm on Pagan side after I've been mugging off Pagan. But no, to be honest, my genuine belief for this matchup, yeah, and I say it to both of them now, I know it's going to sound cliche, but like, if you are able to get this room, and like, they both are good enough to land punches, they're both good enough to rap, they're both good enough at their attacks and angles. I really do think it's like, which one actually captures this room? And like, I think personally that right now sides with Dub slightly, being that Pagan's Irish and from Glasgow. I feel like that sometimes can go against him in a live crowd, especially if there's new people there that don't know them as well. Like, they're both expecting them to have people in the room that do know them because they've been in there before and they've been in this tournament. So they will, don't get me wrong. But that would be a harder for people to digest. Not me. I ain't no fucking idiot. But you get me. Like, if someone's just walked in off the street and they're enjoying rap battles, they might. So I think right now, and I think that we've all given Dub enough of this like push where like we want to see that level change, and I think this is the one where it happens. But that doesn't mean it won't happen for Pagan, innit? So I'm gonna say Dub right now, but this is there's a few reasons behind it. I actually have like it's not just me picking a side or anything. I can see why I believe that right now. You know what I mean?
Do you know what, the way that I see this one? Yeah, that's. I was literally just about to say this. Like, I feel like even after the battle, and I'll think on the day like, Dub got it on the day or whatever, and then I'll watch it back and be like, well, actually, maybe Pagan. And then Thursday I'll watch it and it'll be like, nah, definitely was Dub. Friday, nah, it might have been, but like, it's gonna be.
What I like about this, is they both kind of know that's probably gonna be the case, but they both have to think like, this brother's dead, bro. Like, I want to win every round. What are you talking about? There's gonna be no debate, but you're not gonna want to watch it back because he got smoked.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think with this one as well, it's an interesting one because obviously, Dub, we've spoken about, you've got through the tournament, right? You ain't smoked the tournament, but you've got through the tournament. There was a lot of expectation on you to smoke it. So now you've got a bit in your teeth to be like, do you know what? Shut the fuck up, guys. This is who I am and this is what I'm going to do. And Pagan, with you every single round, like, and I said this to you in a private message, I've said it on the stream as well, like, I think you've hit your ceiling, and then the next battle, you've like, I don't know, man, extended to another floor, and then another one, and another one, and another one. Like, there's that progression is still happening. Like, like when you first start to work out, right, and you kind of go, and then you plateau. Like, that kind of happens in battle rap as well for a little while, doesn't it? The leveling up doesn't happen as quickly after the first, say, 6 battles. I would say, like, your 7 to 10 battles, you might not level up as much as you did from your first to third battle. Do you get what I'm saying? So that could go in your favor as well, Pagan. So this one, I think this is potentially battle of the tournament. I wouldn't, I think on paper, this could really be battle of the tournament. So after all he's been saying today, I just had to highlight this comment because he's dickhead. Dojo asked this question now. I want to know what you think, guys. So Pagan, we'll throw it to you first. What's everyone's top 3 battles from the tournament so far? I will add this: you cannot say your last 3 battles. All right. So 3 battles that you weren't involved in for you.
All right. Dojo Dub, Caveman Frost. There's a lot of them. DeBurk Hamill.
Fair Dub.
I would have Pagan Hamill over DeBurk Hamill. I would have me and Joe, and then I would have what's the battle of it? I enjoyed Sam versus Briggs building. That was a fun battle.
Yeah, that was
probably isn't one of the best battles, but like, it was fun in the room.
In terms of entertainment value, I think that's a good one to choose. I think I'd go probably with Pagan Hamill, Dojo, and UW, and Sam Hypes and Briggsy, to be fair. Frankie, what are you saying?
Yeah, no, so I've got, weren't sure if Pagan and Hamill was the tournament for a second because I know it was like its own thing as well, but yeah.
Yeah, so they merged the academy.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was. I wasn't 100% for a second. So yeah, that one, DeBurk Hamill as well. And yeah, I want to give it to someone different, but like, honestly, I've watched it so many times, I kind of have to give Briggsy and Sam that one just because of how many times. If I watched it that many times, they did something right, even if they did something wrong in that it was hard for me to judge.
Another good battle, though, from this tournament that I'd bring up would be Hulk and Briggsy. I like that battle. That was a really good battle. I don't think Hulk was at 10, but I think Briggsy really did well in that tournament, in that battle as well. And Hulk kind of held his own in that tournament. So yeah, I'd kind of highlight that one as well. And I think as well, DeBurk's performance against Pedro, obviously it wasn't part of the tournament, but it was part of the streams. I think that needs to be highlighted in terms of something good as well, because that was literally prep on the day. So yeah, that was really good as well. Dojo, you just wanted us to talk about you, didn't you, and your battle? Come jump on the stream, man. We'll talk about it if you want. You won't like it though, but we will.
By the way, that Dojo was the most scared I'd been for a battle in my entire life.
Really? Why?
Genuinely, I looked at Hamill before I started rapping, and I was shaking. I have no idea why. It doesn't make any sense to me why Joe is like the most threatening battler I've battled, but I was just shitting bricks, man. I don't know why.
Do you think
so much so that I did my second round first?
Oh, okay.
I was fucked, bro. Like, I could not believe what was going on. But yeah, it turned out all right in the end. But, yeah,
do you know what? I'm going to rewatch that battle, and I'm going to play your second round first and your first round second to see if it would make any differences in how I judge it. because that sometimes can be the thing that can win. And if you have your like, I always say it, but like when Briggsy battled Crow, yeah, we ain't going into all that, so stop, Pagan. When Briggsy battled Crow, he ended his round, and his whole round was all basically you're just going to do Briggsy name flips and Bison, and the first thing Crow did in his next round was the flip. Now, if Briggsy would have done that round after that, Crow's already got the reaction and the props for doing it. Do you get what I mean? So it wouldn't have had the same effect as it did. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm actually gonna go back and watch it. So I'll watch your second round, then I'll watch Dojo's, and then see if I'd call it differently. Because on the day like watching it, I did have you win it, but would be interested to see if those round switches would make any difference. Yeah, definitely. So is there anyone that you two, obviously, you know, Frankie said he would be willing to battle both of you, regardless of whether it happens sooner or later. But is there anyone else that you feel you'd be up for calling out after this tournament that you're like, do you know what, after this tournament and what I've shown, this is who I want? Is there anyone that you guys can think of? Pagan, we'll go you first, man.
Oh, gang of people, man. I think there's people that like it would make sense for me to battle. So like there's people in my class, in my bracket that I haven't faced yet. I haven't battled Dojo. That feels like it should have happened. Dojo's going to see then in the comments, be like, I thought we were boys. Who else? I don't know, man. Like, RX is there floating around. Got love for RX. Very good. And he's in my kind of class bracket, so that would make sense. There's a bunch of people, man. Obviously, I'd love to battle Frank. Who else? I'll give you one more, I think. Cray G. I'd like to battle Cray G. I think Cray G would be fun. .D3O, there it is. I knew it was coming.
Hey, bro, you're nicer than me out here, bro. Like, what, it gave me the chance to ask for fucking disaster and shit, and man said my class.
Loaded Lux saying Lux. 5 minute round.
I do like that though. I do like that because I like the whole like battle the people within your circle to prove that you're the champ of that circle, and like I do like that. And Trubs always talks about that, and I think it is right. Like we had the issue. Do you remember like Raptor? Right? Obviously everyone remembers Raptor, but like he ended up going against like big name after big name after big name. Georgie Roots did the same thing, big name after big name after big name. And although it raised their stock, it didn't raise their win record. Do you know what I mean? So it was a bit difficult for them to then like get more battles after in a way. So if it's like exhibition wise, yes, it makes sense. But I do think you need to kill the people around you first as well. Definitely. All right, so let's have a little look at the card that's going to be on Saturday then. So the only battler that I'm not too up on, I was trying to watch some of the stuff today, but I just didn't have time, was the Abbott. I don't really know him too much, but have any of you guys seen much of him?
I've seen a bit. I've seen one of his battles on another league, and I saw him versus Spirit. He beat Spirit quite handily, I thought. And Spirit had his, I think it was his debut on Prem, because his one against McCoy was the second battle, I think, on Prem. And he had a couple good bars here and there, but his delivery was a bit off and choppy. And then the Abbott's kind of witty. He's kind of, there's a blend of like an old, what's happening quick? There's a blend of like an old kind of don't flop thing going on there as well in the kind of line delivery and the type of stuff he says. I think it's going to be a good battle between him and Beyond, because it's going to depend on who can win the crowd over. I think Beyond will probably do it because of his style of punching. That will go down well in the rim. But the Abbott's a good matchup, and I'm looking forward to that one, actually. I think it's going to surprise people.
Okay, cool. I'm quite interested in seeing Beyond live in front of people. I think he's got it, but he hasn't got it. Do you know what I mean? He needs to find his thing. I think you can probably name 5 battlers that he's watched religiously quite a lot. And that's kind of coming out in his style a bit. So yeah, I'd like to see him come and just be himself a bit more. We got Gasbuff versus Dojo. What are we saying about that? Everyone's kind of been talking about, this battle should have already happened. And I'm like, yeah, I agree, to be fair. I feel like this battle probably should have been on a short circuit or an undisclosed. But yeah, Frankie, what are you saying about this battle?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one for me. I feel like right now where they both are, I think Gas should win. I think Gas has a bit more experience. I think he's it's not necessarily that he's hungry or anything, but like obviously he's coming off the back of like IBAT and everything again, where he had like a way better showing. But yeah, I'm not sure. I also feel like Dojo is probably one of the most hungry battlers going. Like he's just always wanting to like progress, and that adds to him learning and everything. Like it's a tough one in some aspects, but I think Gas should win just based off of his experience right now. But that's not really. I still think it'll be close. It's one of them that could be the best battle of the day quite easily. I
actually think that should open up the event.
No.
I think that battle should open up the event.
No, the other two guys should.
As long as the crowd's there for it.
Sorry, lads. Good luck to you. I don't know you that well, but you just need to open up the card.
I just think like the crowd is going to be so good for it, and if everyone's there on time, like if it's a decent enough crowd, because they deserve.
They won't be. They won't. Let me just stop you there, mate. They won't be on time, right?
I know.
And the Abbott are going to wrap to about 8 man,
and then
there'll be enough people in the room for Gast and Dojo, but they'll still go on early. That's fine. They'll get the good crowds. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, good. Obviously, you two have spoken about this on Trub Stream, but just quickly, if you had to pick somebody to win, who's it going to be, Dub?
Well, between like Gast and Dojo?
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? I think on his day, Joe can hold his own with anyone, really. Mm-hmm. And I think Gas is one of these people who, if Gas is, A1 and he's selected the correct angles and his topics are picked well, I think he's really difficult to beat. So, but I've got faith in Joe, man. I'm gonna pick Joe. I don't think many people are gonna pick Joe, so I'm gonna pick Joe, man. I just think he's gonna go there and have a great performance and maybe shock a few people.
You do make a good point there in that like Gast might do a round like dressed up doing something mad that don't really technically go towards that could help Dojo in the 3 round like 2-1 either way thing. Yeah, I didn't really consider that, but yeah, you got a good point.
No, definitely. Pagan, what are you saying about this one?
I have Dojo in my head winning by a very by like a thin sliver. I wouldn't be surprised if Gas took it though. There is the experience factor, but Joe's taken a lot of battles. Joe's had 17, 18 battles. For the limited time that he's actually been battling for he's been maybe more than that. Maybe he's got like 20 odd in like 3 years. That back in the day, man, people would do 20 battles in like 6 years. So he is very.
Frankie. That's it to you.
So he's very active. Gas is also very active. I think are they both coming off a loss, so they probably want to get that back. No, Gas.
Well, Gas was the iBattle performance as well.
Well, I think they're going to want to get something in the win column anyway. I think 16 battles in 4 years. Yeah, so I'm going to have Joe as my pick by a thin.
I think I'm leaning more towards Gas, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dojo, took it because they're both good at what they do. It just depends. I think it's the same way that we said about your battle. Like whoever's going to get the room. Which I think this is a test for Joe because Dojo, you were saying before, weren't you? Like, one thing that you wanted to work on was getting the room quicker than your opponent does, or like in the first couple of bars, getting the room on side and stuff. So I think if you do that well, I think this is yours to run away with personally. But yeah, really, really interested, really, really excited for that battle. We got, and Dojo, I am going to answer your question that you asked on the other stream in a second. We will get into that. Slim Buck versus Hamel. Got Black Tea in the chat as well. What's up, man? How we doing? If you want to come jump on, man, I'll put a tweet out. Come message me and I'll send you the link. You can come jump on. But yeah, Slim Buck versus Hamel. What are we saying? Pagan, what are you saying?
So cleared Hamill's rounds, and they're very, very good. Obviously, that doesn't actually tell me what it's going to look like in the room next to Slim Buck. I think it depends, man. It depends how you judge battles. Like, obviously, when me and Dub battle, it's going to be literally judged in the room, so it's going to be judged based partly, at least, on the room. When I watch a battle, I kind of don't give a shit what other people, how they react and all that. One guy could get no reaction. If I prefer his material and performance, I still give him the battle. A lot of people go off the room, so I think Slim is very comfortable in that crowd. It's going to be the short circuit crowd that he's battled in front of a ton of times. They love Slim, and Hamill is new to that crowd, so I think that's the uphill battle for him. But I'm pretty confident I'll come away from that battle thinking Hamill 2-1.
Okay, Frankie.
So I actually spoke to Hamill about this battle when he said he had it, and it's like one of the first conversations I had with him online, because I've only really spoke to him in person a couple of times. And I said the exact same thing to him pretty much that I said to Reverse when he battled Carlton Shanks at the Don't Flop birthday. That was, I don't think you should bother trying to win. Just be the absolute best you there is. Because if you're out here trying to like do, I don't think he's the sort of battler he's gonna try and win in a competitive way anyway. But like, as long as he just brings his best 3 rounds, that's just going to put him in front of so many more eyes, and he won't give 2 fucks if everyone's got Slim Buck 2-1 or whatever. As long as they all go, that guy was crazy, and I think that's the approach we're going to get from it. And Slim Buck in it, like he's one of them. So I think this has the best. I think of the two, it's the only battle where both battlers I feel like are crazy performers. I know Hamill hasn't really done much in front of big crowds, but I can already see it. He's gonna be a crazy performer. You get me? So I think that they're gonna shut this gaff down. This is the one to beat energy wise. I think this is it's gonna be at that sweet spot of the event probably as well, like sort of just before the main 2. I assume it would be that way around. I could be wrong, but yeah. So that for me, I say Slim Buck wins just because he's been done this like way more times already. But I couldn't give a fuck as long as it goes that way, if that makes sense. Like as long as they just show out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like Hamill to get a win out of this battle, Hamill needs to hold his own, and like he needs to show that he belongs on that stage with that opponent. And I think he wins from this. His stock rises, quite a bit. And then obviously he's going to go on to hopefully get his prize for winning the Academy tournament, which is the international, whether they fly somebody out or send him out there to someone. Dub, I'm going to ask another question about Hamill in a second, but Dub, how do you see that battle going, Hamill and Slim Buck? Are you kind of the same as what we said?
Kind of. I mean, so obviously me and Hamill, we run rounds a lot, and we were meant to do the 2-on-2, so we've wrote together and
of course
all of that shit. So like to break the battle down, I think on a technical level, Hamill is probably better than Slim Buck technically in terms of how he goes about writing, his understanding of structure and his understanding of just multis, basic multis and things like that. It's probably better than Slim Buck. But I have kind of said to him, like, this is one of the battles where you go in and regardless of what he does, there's going to be a large contingency of people who aren't going to give him a fair shake. So it's one of them things where I've said to him, like, just go there, put on the best performance you can, and just enjoy it. Because, like, it's realistically, it's a battle that prior to it being announced, no one would have predicted it being, on the card. No one would have.
Yeah, definitely not.
Would do Hamill, Slim Buck. No one would have said that. So, I've just told him to enjoy it. His rounds are ridiculously good. So I think he's going to shock a lot of people, and it's a great intro for him into a completely different audience of battle rap.
And a different tier of battle rap as well. So that's another thing.
But the crowds are so different, and like, trying to explain to him things about like things that work better in London than they do up north, and I think he's ready for it, and he's gonna have a great performance.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely here for it. I've not seen. To be fair, there's a few people on this that I've actually not seen live, so I'm quite excited for this one. The question I was going to ask about Hamill is who out of like the international battlers that, you know, the kind of regulars that we have coming over, or that we see our guys battling over there, who would you like to see Hamill against? Because for some reason in my head, CJA, I feel like that'd be a really fun battle, a really cool battle. And I feel like CJA would give him the time of day as well. You know, because Hamill is technically still an upcomer. But yeah, I feel like he would give him the time of day as well. But who would you like to see Hamill against? Pagan, we'll go with you first.
I think it's a good shout actually, because he is forever game. Like he just like if you went to CJ and be like, got this young fella is an absolute killer and he wants to battle you, he would just go, yeah, cool. I need to perform. He'd be great on stage. Hamill Eunice, Dojo, come on, man.
I don't think that battle hits for me personally. I think as well for Eunice in his point of view, he's battling Shotty this weekend. And
yeah,
that is right.
I think right now I struggle to see that match being made, but it would be fair.
It could be cool though. I think their styles do match up. You know, it would be quite cool to see, but yeah, I just don't see that being an option.
Will happen as a result.
Your mic is playing drums again today, Pagan, just so you're aware.
Maybe
try come out and come back in to see if it helps, because that's helped with others today. So yeah, see if that helps. But yeah, Dub, who would you? That's much better, by the way. That's literally stopped now. It's because he's gone. Dub, who would you like to see Hamill international wise? Who would you like to see him?
I would have for Hamill. By the way, audio is completely cut out for me. By the way, I can't hear anything going on. Talk a sec.
Yo.
I can hear Frankie.
No, I'm joking. I was just miming.
Frankie's just gonna have to, like, you know, be the go-between between me and you, man. He's gonna have to pass on messages and shit.
All right, Frankie, tell.
Hang on, let me drop out and I'll come back.
All right, man. All right. Frankie, who would you like to see Hamill against?
Yo, did it happen to me as well?
Oh my god, what is happening
That's
on the stream?
It did.
Pagan,
what does it sound like when I speak? Does it sound normal?
Yeah, it sounds fine now. It does sound fine.
Okay, cool. I do have funky Wi-Fi, and I think that affects things. I think.
Can you both hear me? Give me a nod.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear
you. Pagan, go. Sorry.
There's a lot of like iBattle guys. I think that would be cool. Appa would be cool against Hamill. Appa's in a kind of a weird limbo right now, where he's doing really, really well, but he's not. I feel like he's not getting enough credit in the scene over in America, and I think that would get him over here against Hamill would be pretty cool. Like I saw people, I think I was watching this guy do like, names I want to see on the next SM and the next this and the next that, and there's never a mention of Appa, despite the fact that he's like arguably not lost in ages. But it'd be cool to see him against Hamill. There's a few people like King over there is killing it. He's excellent. Los Prime would be good actually. That's one that I've heard floated a few times.
I've not seen much of him, if I'm honest. Like I'm not too in tune with like international battle rap, because I barely have time to watch all the UK stuff, to be honest. So I would say I'm more just a UK battle rap fan than a battle rap fan at the moment. But yeah, I've seen clips of Los Prime and I like what I see. He would be someone that I'll go check out if I had the time to. So definitely, yeah. Frankie, who would you like to see? Who would you like to see Hamill go against potentially?
Yeah. So some of the names that Pagan said there were ones that sprung to mind. Like, I think Appa was probably the first name that came to mind. I think the problem is, like, it's hard to say, like, we're gonna bring someone over for Hamill to battle, because like there seems to be such a gulf in, like, you go from like certain guys and then you go up to like the next level, and it's like they're just not gonna come over and do that. So I think you are looking at mainly iBattle like guys mainly. Because past that, like, you know, it's very hard to draw where the levels are. So you're looking at guys like Appa, Los Prime. Who's the new iBattle there? Is it Nakeem? Is he the new like iBattle champ guy? So that would be cool. You're looking at guys like that. But I think it's just as possible that he goes out there. I think it'd probably be easier for them to do that, because then iBattle can be like, right, this guy matches stylistically to Hamill. We'll do that. because it's hard to say. I think him versus Upper would be crazy though. So yeah, that's it.
I do think in terms of a prize, I think it would be cooler for Hamill to be able to go out there than it would be to have someone come here as well. You know, like just because imagine being like, you know, I've won a tournament, got flown out. Like that's a flex, isn't it? Frankie, is there anyone that you've got in mind that hasn't kind of been mentioned?
Well, the one that I was thinking of for someone to come over here was an iBattle guy, but I was thinking like for the Oppers and everything, like Oppers consistently on URL now and stuff like that. I just think it's a bit of and then like I was thinking someone that hasn't been here that probably deserves a chance to come here and has like put in a lot of work and is probably a decent sized name. I'd say is JR. I'd say JR and Hamill would make the most sense. I think, but as in just going off of, especially when we're talking about iBattle guys. I mean, and I like the Nakeem shout as well, just because he hasn't been here. But I think if he goes there, it would probably be less likely because he's their champ and everything. But he's also a champ here, so it could level up. But you get my point. But yeah, I think I like JR as a matchup for him. So especially when you said CJA, because he's almost like I don't want to say CJA because I'm not downplaying JR at all. Like I think he's great and I've battled him and everything. But like. Yeah, I just feel like he's a bit like him, but he just hasn't been here.
Okay, fair enough. All right, next battle then. We got Sean Cray versus Who Is Orion. Now, I wasn't too clued up. I don't really watch a lot of Pen Game. When our guys have kind of gone, I say our guys, the Acapella guys have gone over there. I've watched theirs, and obviously Zen battled him. So I watched that one. But I watched him versus Lou Castro today. There was a few things said on Trubs' stream about like there was some stuff like you wouldn't expect to hear in acapella because it's kind of, you know, I was almost expecting to do a defeat bar at one point. And like I think he needs there's a few lessons, obviously, you know, just the same as everybody else, but he's got it. Like he knows what he's doing. I do think that, and I do believe he could potentially hold his own in acapella battle rap. Whether he can hold his own against Sean Cray, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's difficult, and like I mean, against Lou Castro, his first like 8 bars was all about like the toilet, and I was like, okay. But then he had a bit in it, and I was like, that was actually sick. I can't remember what it is now because negativity stays in my mind more than positivity. But there was a bit in there though, and I was like, that was fucking sick. So. He had both ends of the spectrum to me. Like there was some stuff that I was like, that you need to not write that, and then there was some stuff that I was like, write more of that. So, you know, if he comes at this end more, then yeah, I think that would be really good battle. It'll be interesting to see how Sean takes him as well. But how do you guys see it, Frank? What do you reckon on this? Have you seen much of Who's Around?
I was in the room for his battle with Lou Castro, and honestly, like. Personally, I couldn't tell you some of the bad bars or anything. I can just tell you that he left a lasting impression. I thought he was excellent for his first time doing acapella. I thought his to go up against Lou and put on that level of obviously he knows how to perform. He's performed in front of big crowds, but having that shift and that change, I always feel like the hardest thing for brilliant rappers to do in battle rap is understand the cadence of battle rap. And that's why whenever someone's like, we need to get fucking, I don't know, like, I don't want to say Eminem because he's technically battled or whatever, but like, we need to get Eminem versus like Disaster. And it's like, well, I really would like to see M battle like 3 times first and then battle Disaster because he'd get the cadence down and it'd be pretty fucking crazy. So like, I think that's one of the things that like, they always seem to just not really hit at the right times, and just there's just almost like this like lag, or they're too quick and they go past that. That sweet spot isn't always there. I felt like he had a lot of that, depending whether his material was as brilliant as some of you might not liked all the material. I felt like he was hitting the moments really well, and that was one of the things I found.
He's got it. He has got it. It just for me I guess the consistency of having it. Right?
Yeah. So like, now I'm probably going to be more scrutinous of his actual like material. I wasn't as scrutinous of his material in that battle because it was just like, wow, he's like proper going at it with Lou. That's a big jump for his first time.
It didn't look like his first time.
Fucking difficult person to like go against because he's gonna make everyone. If your nan was there or like anyone like or someone that's been around for years, that like disasters in the room, he's gonna hear the internal perfect rhymes that Sean's come up with. It's like conversational, and then someone's nan's gonna go, "He called him a cunt, didn't he?" Wow, like, and everyone's gonna love it in some level, and that's so hard to compete with. And if his material lands, I think Orion's gonna have a big fucking like trouble, like a lot of trouble.
You are right though. You are right with Sean. Like, it's so palatable, isn't it? Like, because I was in the room when you battled him, right? And I had my wife with me as well, and she is she's a casual fan. She likes to go to the live events, but if I turned around to her and said, "Let's watch this battle at home," she'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I ain't watching that shit." But we have watched your battle back because she said Frankie was obviously really good, but in the room, I couldn't keep up with him, right? So like the casual fan is harder sometimes to catch things. And I think like even as battle rap fans, like it is quite an intellectual thing and to be able to catch everything in the moment. There's still times like I went back and watched Bizzo versus Jem, and there was something that I think it was Jem said in his maybe a second. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't catch that. I've watched that battle like 7 times. Do you know what I mean? So even, you know, I've been watching battle rap for 10 plus years. Like even for me, like there's still stuff that I need to like catch on a watch back. I have just seen we've got someone else backstage, so I'm going to bring them on now. I think we said his name too many times because it is Hamill. How you doing, buddy?
I'm very good, man. I'm sorry I'm late, man. I'm moving into the new place, so a lot of organising.
It's all good, man. Don't you worry about it.
Happy to be here, Dan. Thank you for having me, man. How are we, gents?
We're good, man. We're good. We've been going through the card. Everyone's been, I don't know if you've been listening, but everyone's been giving your flowers about the battle. We've also been talking about who we think you should get as your international for winning the academy. There's been a few names pointed out, but I'll throw it to you quickly. Is there anyone that you've got your sights on there that you're like, do you know what, this is the person I want?
It really depends. I'm gutted I joined late now. I missed the lads giving me the flowers there, but yeah, no, I didn't hear any of that. Honestly, lads, for me, it depends on where I'm going. It's still very up in the air. There are leagues like iBattle, which is only across the pond. I really, really do like Don't Let the Label You in Germany. I think the events they draw, the type of crowds they draw. For me, the way I explained it to someone was New York. It's not so often you can go to New York, right? And it's kind of like the mecca of hip hop for me. Such a cool place. I'd love to go New York. But for me, I started doing this because I cared about the rapping and the writing. So I think if I could go and perform, you know, on an iBattle card in front of 100, 150 people in New York, that's great. But some of the crowds, mate, they're getting in Berlin at the minute, you're looking at 800, 900, 1,000 people. I can't see me ever getting another opportunity to rap on a stage like that. And for me, I'll go New York at some point in it, like, and hopefully maybe if I carry on doing well, keep working hard, then maybe iBattle's a possibility down the future anyway. But for me, it's kind of like, what stage could I be on? You know, what kind of crowd?
Personally, I think both of those kind of events and both of those opportunities will be available to you in the future, based on what we've seen. Based on what we've seen and where you're kind of going. I spoke to you, I can't even remember what event it was, but I spoke to you and Sam Eskin. I said, it's you two are next. Like, you two are the ones that will be faces of UK battle rap in the future. Like, I really do believe that. There's going to be a few more of you now, and this is the beauty of this tournament. And now, you know, we've got Pagan coming through. We've got Sam Hykes is kind of like reimaged himself almost. Same with Enigma as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many more people now that could potentially become that face, but I do still see you as one of those. So, you know, I do think these opportunities, this isn't going to be the only time you'll get this opportunity to choose between these.
Fingers crossed, mate. No, I'm hoping not. I'm looking to be around for a little while longer, at least. I'm hoping. So I've definitely got years left to come. I'm thinking. So I just think I'm looking at you know, I seen even when Jem went over he battled Disaster, but then he went over again to battle he's one of the better ones over on Don't Let the Label You, and it was still the same size crowd, even though it weren't Jem Disaster. And for me, it's just like, if they're drawing them kinds of crowds consistently, when I was speaking to Briggsy about it, I was kind of like, for me, it's a bit of a no-brainer. You know, I love iBattle. I think the talent there is fantastic. A lot of people have been trying to feed me to Low Supreme. I don't know about that.
That is one that came up. That has came up.
Yeah,
by a few people.
I would love that battle, man. I would love that battle. He's very punchy. He's very kind of. I think the thing with Low Supreme that makes him dangerous is his pace. fuck me, he'll go from kind of like, he'll slow it right the way down to put emphasis on something, and then he'll punch on that same something 3-4 times back to back consecutive. It's kind of like you're getting smothered and you don't even realize you're getting smothered. That being said, though, I think like us all, he's got holes in his game, and I think me versus him will be a very good battle. I'm not going to lie. Someone said, obviously, I done the podcast with Dojo and Eunice the other day, and then someone said Eunice, and I was like, I'm not trying to die just yet, but who knows down the line. You know, I'm only improving, right? I'm not going backwards. I am going forwards. Luckily, I've got a ton of battle rappers far more experienced than myself, who are constantly giving me advice. I'm probably harassing people, asking them questions left, right, and center, but it's only to kind of aid my own progression, and it's because I love this. I fucking love this, lad. It's such a niche, weird thing that we do, but I think it's brilliant, and it's such like I don't know, a once forgotten art form and genre within rap. Yeah. I think it's kind of like, obviously I've only been around the past couple of years, but it definitely feels like it's coming back a little bit. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes, man. I'm excited to see where I go. In terms of the international, I don't know. I do believe it will be before the end of the year, which is exciting. Obviously, I've got Buck in June. I know there's a card in August, so can't say too much on that, but I would love to battle on the August card, I'll say. Who knows after that, man? You've got, I don't know where Prem are going to go. I know you've got Second City, which is a newer league in Birmingham, I believe, which have reached out. So who knows? But for me, I just want to put on a great performance this weekend, which I'm confident I will. And then if something comes around for August that makes sense and I do well there, I would be quite happy doing the international latter part of the year. And if I can squeeze it in, I think Prem are doing an event in up north, back end of the year. So who knows, man? I just want to be busy, mate. You know what I mean? I come out of the tournament and I was quite looking forward to write for the more exhibition type stuff. It is so different writing in the tournament, as these boys
have more fun with it, can't you?
Exactly that, lad. Yeah. And the thing is, the good thing about the tournament, though, I'm sure these boys would agree with me, because you're writing concisely, it means that you're not wasteful then when you do have the 2 minutes, the 2.5 minute rounds. I'm not just waffling in these rounds for Slim Buck. I've packed them with fucking heat, you know what I mean? So, but it's because the tournament forces you to be concise, forces you to be selective with your material, and I think it only has helped me when I am now doing an exhibition, because I haven't really, lad, when you think about it. I've done the 2-on-2, I had 2 solos on 2 cards, but then it's been tournaments ever since for me. I've not really had like an exhibition where I've been able to properly kind of let the pen go, and this is the first one of that for me. Really, really happy with the material. Couldn't be happier, really. So yeah, I think it's just about capitalizing now, making the most of the longer rounds that I will have, the better opponents that I'm getting put up against, the more challenging, and just make the most of it, man, and deliver. And that's what I'm looking to do.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Can I just say something real quick?
Man.
Because I gotta go in a sec.
Yeah, go on.
Pack it all up, lads. Pagan, Dub, all these. You gotta go, man. This guy's got it. It's him. He's number one now, bro. Listen to this promo he's cutting. You hearing this? He's all in trouble. This guy's gonna be this. He's got me hyped, bro. Let's go. I'm loving it. Pack it up the Burke. You all finished. It's this guy, bro. I'm Pagan ain't battling you no more, bro. It's Hamble now. Fuck out of here. That's like he's my new best friend, isn't he? No longer friends. But yeah, no, loving the energy. It's brilliant, man. Mad love everyone. I got a dip, but good luck in a bit.
All right, man. Cheers for coming on, man. Thank you. I'll see you Saturday. Cool, man. So yeah, we was just talking about Sean Cray versus Who Is Orion. So we'll get your guys' thoughts on that. Obviously, you two again, you have spoken about this, but I do just want to hear from you guys, just so it's on here. Dub can't hear me again. Hammer's gone as well. So Pagan, what do you think about Sean Cray versus Who Is Orion, man?
So I'm like at an awkward angle there because I had to charge my phone, but up.
I just logged me.
That's right.
Around here, stretch myself up. There we go.
Yeah, you were saying about Sean Cray, Who Is Orion, I think.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about now. So it's you got any thoughts on it? Pagan was just going to say what he's going to think, and then we'll come to you, Ham. All right.
Finn, you first, man. You first.
So yeah, I was also very impressed with his performance against Lou Castro. There's still a bit of pen game-ish bars in there, but like he did adapt his style very well. He used humor well. I think it wasn't the 10 out of 10 Castro, but it was like enough, that it was still a step up for him. So I do think Sean Cray is a rough second battle, though. Not to say that he can't hold his own, but I do have Sean taking it. I think he's just going to own the room. I think Who's Orion will not get bodied. I think he'll be entertaining. People will enjoy it. But I think if you ask people afterwards, who do you think won that? Most people will Sean.
Okay.
It's a weird one for me. Like I was speaking to Dub about this not last week, the week before, I think it was, and we were kind of predicting the card. We were speaking about each battle, and when we got to Sean Cray, who was Orion, me and Dub had a very kind of similar opinion. Although I think he did well against Luke Castro. Because that's his debut a cappella battle. Granted, he'd had experience, writing and rapping on beat, which most of us have, but I think he did well. I also would say, though, and I think Dub would agree with me on this, that wasn't the most prepared Luke Castro in the world. I've seen Luke Castro, mate, put in fucking phenomenal performances where he's really kind of doing everything you can do every round. Not often do I see that from Lou, but when I do, he's firing on all cylinders. I just think maybe we've seen a slightly under-prepped, less motivated Luke Castro, which is frustrating, really, because Who's Orion has done really well on Pen Game. He's obviously made a name for himself and maybe kind of would have deserved a better Lou there. However, he's not getting a demotivated, underprepared Sean Cray. I do think Sean Cray is he takes every battle seriously. He tries to do what he does best. I think he also gives us something a little bit new in a round every single time. For me, you've just got someone who's far more experienced and far more able to do more things within the battle. Sean can still rap. Look, if you put a beat on, I'd maybe fancy Who's Orion there. But again, at the end of the day, it's a cappella. It's using the time you've got and the way you can. And Sean Cray can be funny. Sean can make you look like a wanker. I think the worst approach Luke could take personally is if he just turned up and tried to really bar at Sean the whole time. I think you've got to have balance against Sean Cray. I'm not saying turn up and joke like he does, because he'll beat you on that avenue. But I think if you've got a balance of both, you're giving yourself the best possible chance to maybe at the very least compete with him. But I'm similar to Pagan in the sense that although I think he'll do well and I think he'll put a right good shift in and give it a good go, I can't knock back Sean Cray for that battle. I just can't.
Yeah, no, I agree. Dub, are you in agreement with kind of what's been said?
Well, I spoke to Sean this morning, and he told me that Luke Castro, Orion went back and watched the stream, and he was just listening to everyone saying he's gonna get twatted by Sean Cray, and I felt so bad. I felt awful, bro.
That's horrible.
The person I'm sat there like, I'm pretty sure I said he's gonna get his shit mixed and all that. It's like I would stand by it, man. Like
I would be so happy. I would be so happy if we're all proven wrong as well, right? Like it isn't that we're sat here going, we want him to not do well.
No,
we want him to, of course. If he came and absolutely tore Sean,
that'd be amazing.
Like that would be incredible. We've got a new guy coming in, smashing it, right? Like we want that, like as well. Like I wouldn't want to see Sean lose just because I do like Sean. He's a good guy, but like it's not like we're saying we don't want him to do well. We're just saying if you put them both down, their resumes against each other, it just don't add up, does it, at the moment?
I think the thing with Orion is like, adding on to what Hamel was saying, it's like he has to. I reckon if he comes and shows character, because if he comes and does like loads of bark and stuff and tries to do a lot of violent punchlines and shit like that, he needs to have those, but like it's just such a difficult battle for him to go against because he's not seasoned in any of the things that you need to beat Sean Cray. Like if you look at how Bobby dealt with Sean, like that was like Bobby at his very best, like A1 Bobby.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Mixing everything together,
the whole water gun thing and everything. It just kind of like it makes what Sean does look silly, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. But I don't think Orion. Like, a big part of that thing with Bobby was that Bobby was like showing how technically good he is, and like how all his internals and his schemes were crazy. He was rapping crazy. I don't think Orion's probably got the ability to put Sean in that position where it looks as if Sean's like, oh, he's just a character versus an actual rapper. I don't think Orion's got that ability. I think he's got the ability to make someone look a bit of a twat over an instrumental. but it's a vastly different skill to having no beat whatsoever and to structure things together to make your opponent look silly. I just don't think you've got enough.
Just kind of adding on to what you're saying there as well, Dub. I think when you look at Bobby's rounds for when he battled Sean, a lot of it is so conversational, which worked so fucking well because it's like he was talking to Sean, talking to the room, talking to the camera. It just felt like he had it in the palm of his hands. And I could almost see Sean, like Sean had this really funny material, but it was just the wrong approach, I felt like. And it's kind of like any other day or a different prepped Bobby, I think that would have worked better for Sean. But I think because the way Bobby prepared for it, you know, as Dub said, balance, it was conversational, it was aggressive, he was making him look like a bit of a dick. And because they speak often, what Bobby done really well was use like the little inside jokes, you know, like him calling him on his break and that, like little things like that. They make it like real, you know, you're giving real, and it's easier for the crowd to buy into that. Whereas, you know, again, what Dub said there, who was Orion put Sean Cray in a position like that? Who was Orion going to make one of his rounds really conversational, really funny, really direct? I don't know. I'm not saying he won't. I'm saying I don't know, and I know Sean will. You know,
Yeah, no, definitely, man, definitely. We're gonna wrap up shortly, and I'm bringing back. So basically, when I used to end streams, I used to play a little game, and we are going to play that. But Hamill, before we do that, I do want to hear from you in terms of who do you see going through to the final. I know it's going to be difficult for this one because you're close with these guys, but we'll go with Sam Heights versus DeBerk first, right? Now, who do you see? Who do you see taking that one firstly?
You've just bought me 45 seconds, lad. Nice.
Yes, I have.
Genuinely, I think Sam for me, it was a weird one, right? Because the first 3 or 4 battles in the tournament, I don't think I've seen Sam rap. I only think I've seen one of his battles in the first 4. And he was okay in it. Then I seen the Briggsy one, and that was the only one as of recent I've really got to kind of compare it to. And with that being his most recent performance, I think it makes sense too. I think he offset Briggsy a lot better than all of us thought he was going to. Not that, you know, I was underestimating him or thought Briggsy had steamroll him, but Briggsy is also a very experienced battler. If you look up, like, kind of, for example, how he beat Crow. He didn't beat Crow by doing anything unbelievable or extraordinary. He made him look like a dick, and he did it in a very simple but effective way. So Briggsy on his day, mate, can be brilliant, but Sam had the answer for him. Sam was really, really funny. Weirdly enough, like I'd seen some of his previous battles from a few years ago, there's not a single joke in any of them. It's just straight but aggressive. So I really wasn't expecting that approach for him, and I think that was exactly what he needed to do. So really, really impressed with the stuff against Briggsy. The Lily Phillips angle, the way he done it was just fucking hilarious. That being said, though, DeBerk is a very fucking tricky puzzle to figure out. Everyone has tried and no one has succeeded yet. If I'm a betting man, being perfectly honest, I've got to back Sean DeBerk on that one. For me, he's just more balanced. He's more creative. I think Sean DeBerk is very good at making something out of nothing and really kind of exercising that. Sam will turn up, I think, and do the basics very well. I think he'll have some good angles. I think DeBerk, I've heard some of his stuff. I know he's very prepared and motivated for this one. It's kind of like, you know, in my battle for DeBerk, he done certain things which, you know, I was not expecting him to do. He spun some of my words round to kind of make them mean other things. And even though it's kind of
like fully made some things up as well.
Well, this is the thing though. As much as I can say all of that, he did also beat me fair and square. So I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, he lied, he fab. But it is becoming a thing now, and I see it more.
Yeah, because
and more
he did do that angle about people comparing you, right? Like after that stream, I checked Twitter, like, because I believed it, and I was like, I see most of what's going on Twitter. That I'm always in the background, kind of looking at what's going on. That and I don't remember anyone comparing you two, but he made me believe it as well. So I was like, that's fair play. If you can make the crowd believe it, that is a way of beating your opponent.
I think that's what he's very good at, man, because no one had made that comparison. Me and DeBerk are not the same battler. We're not even similar, I would say, really. But I think he meant more kind of in the timing of trajectory and things like that. But again, it didn't kind of land that for me in terms of, I was thinking, well, that's not quite right, surely. But one thing I would say is I had a scheme when I did the 2-on-2, and he kind of took the end bit and put it at the start and then carried on as if I'd said, said it in that order and made what I said, which made sense, not make sense. And as you know, fuckery as that is, I have to respect that because it's quite brilliant. So I can only respect, and it's things like that which I think, you know, if I'm going to struggle with that, if some of the, you know, a lot of the new, more talented people are struggling with that. An experienced battler like Sam Hypes, I still think he's going to struggle with the Burks approach. So although I'm backing Sam, backing them both, I just want to see a great battle out of that one. I'll be honest. I don't really mind who takes it. I think either could on the day, but if I'm a betting man, I've got to go to Burke. With these two, it's a lot more difficult with these two. I'll be honest. Obviously, Dub has been my boy pretty much since I come in. I love him. And Pagan, since we battled, I've become really, really close with. I speak to him often. I've heard snippets of both of the stuff, and it's brilliant work. Obviously, I can't say any more than that. But one thing I will say, it's going to be an excellent battle. I know that for fucking sure. In terms of semi-finals of a tournament on Prem, you're looking at one of the very best that there will be here, in my opinion. So look, they're both me mates, they're both me boys. I'm backing them both. Do
you know what? Because you've heard both of them, Tyrrell, I actually don't want you to say who you think's going to win.
No. Well, I haven't heard all of everything, but I wouldn't genuinely. I don't think, even if I hadn't heard it, I don't think I could call it. It's genuinely. I think it's going to be a great battle. It's going to just come down to, I think, who performs better, who's taken the nicer angles, who's put the material together better. I don't know. That for me is a fucking coin flip. But one thing I will say, you're looking at two of the newer. Obviously, Dub's been around for a few years now, but still relatively new compared to the veterans, older battlers on the scene. You're looking at two of the very best in terms of the newer guys. So, and they both do different things very, very well. And I think that's why this is such a good fucking battle. You're looking at two battlers with two different sets of strengths, two completely different sets of weaknesses, two general, I would say, difference in styles. I think when you put all of that together, you've got nothing but the making of a fucking brilliant semi-final, really, haven't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but
no, I literally said earlier, I think this could potentially be battle of the tournament.
I genuinely would say to both of the lads now as well, whether you win or lose this one, I wouldn't genuinely, it won't matter. I think it's just do what you can do and do it to the best of your ability. And everyone in that fucking room and anyone who watches it will be more than entertained. All of us as a scene, I think, will be proud of the battle. Fireworks for that one, man. I think genuinely, I think me and Slimbuck is going to be an animated battle. I think that'll get dicey, and I think that'll take the roof off the place. But aside from that, I think this one is the one that really fucking lifts the roof off the gaff on Saturday, in my opinion.
Definitely, man, definitely. And I'm gonna be jumping up and down for it. I'm telling you now.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Hey, we'll stand next to each other, all right?
I'm just gonna stand behind Briggsy and Trump, just in the middle of them both.
Dub, you mentioned in interviews that you just want to go against a puncher. Is this something that's kind of like exciting you with Pagan, because he is a good puncher, right?
100%. I would say when I'm saying stuff like that, though, I am talking about like visual, or like that's the main name I think of when I'm saying that, because that battle scares the life out of me, and you know,
I like the Pagan doesn't. Battle,
but I'd say Pagan's a puncher, but he's not just a puncher. So I've had to, you know, when I'm saying that is me, that is the lazy writer in me being like, just write 3 rounds of name flips and punchlines and I'll be fine. But like, the difference is with Pagan is like, you can't do that. You can't, you know, because he's not just the puncher. So, and not that Viz is, but you know, that's. No,
I get what you're saying. Definitely. I guess I'll let you guys have your kind of final says on, you know, your bit of promo to get everyone to the event. Pagan, we'll go you first, and then we'll play my little game. I'll explain it and everything, then we'll go for it. So, Pagan, why should people come on Saturday?
Yeah, people should come because it's a class card. It's a really stacked card, man. For the first one back in about a year. I don't count the December one because it's like a Christmas party kind of thing, but as cool a card as it was. But like, this is the first proper one back, and putting their best foot forward is Prime. So yeah, all the battles are awesome. I think Hamill and Slimbuck are going to have a great back and forth. Me and Dub are going to have a great battle, whichever way it goes. I am annoyed that I was so tired today. I took a nap on the couch. I woke up to like Dub doing a 90-second freestyle where he's dissing me, and I'm like, 2 days, fucking, it's 9 o'clock in a fucking Thursday,
You've got to stay ready, man. You've got to stay ready.
That's what I said. Like, Dub must be ready. I said it. I literally retweeted that and said, like, you must have some fire, because for you to have throwaways like this, like, to go for it, like, you're prepped, pretty prepped.
I woke up. I was like bleary-eyed. I was taking like a nap just before this stream, and I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Oh, you did this on Monday or something."
He thought he woke up into a nightmare, innit?
Thought he was having a battle run dream, and he's just like, "Shit, I'm here."
The train will be in an hour down to London tomorrow.
Doug, go over. Sorry, Pagan, carry on, man.
But yeah, well, that was about it. No, I enjoyed that. To be fair, it was fun. But yeah, I'm really excited for the weekend. I've got friends coming, and I've told them not to gas me, whether or not they listen. I hope they don't gas me.
Well, you hope they don't listen.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I hope the weather's nice, because the weather's fucking horrendous up here, and it does not look like summer. So
yeah, we'll see. Doug, last word from you, bud.
It's a battle that I've had to be at a higher level for than I've been at previously in the tournament. It's a battle where at points in prep I've had to sit and be like, I need to be honest with myself here and assess what I need to be doing and what I don't need to be doing. So yeah, I think you're gonna see the culmination of a lot of shit in this battle. Various different things, a lot of pain, a lot of stress. But it's all gonna culminate in a great performance. And you're going to see the intellect of me as a battler. You're going to see the creativeness as me of a battler that I am, and you're going to see the tenacity. And I think that's something that I've been missing. And I think me at my best, it's relentless, it's aggressive, it's violent, and we're going to see a bloodbath on Saturday, man.
I think as well for you, like on a personal level, you it's a big week for you, isn't it? Because you got your dissertation? You got on Friday.
Yeah.
I think that release of that as well, and then coming out being able to battle the next day. I think that's going to help your performance actually. That relief of that being done, this being done, like you're there now, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you could put it like that, I suppose.
Because we're trying to sell it, right?
I mean, you could also put it as like
just trying to add another little sprinkle on, this is why you should be here.
Yeah, 8,000 words of pure pain, bro, and then 3 rounds of violence against Pagan, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I just had a vision in my head then of you going up to like, I don't know how you handle the dissertation, but I've got a vision of you like, there's 30 pages of rounds in this motherfucker, just coming and giving it in and that.
Yeah, but what if I accidentally handed in my rounds for Pagan? And then I'm gonna
still get
1,000 words of Pagan.
Yeah, you'll still get the 2-1, man. It's all right either way. That's a bar somewhere, isn't it?
That was a fucking bar, bro.
I should do this shit. Hamill, why should people be there on Saturday?
Because I'm going to murder Slimbuck in real life for everyone to see. No, I'm joking. I am going to do that, but I'm going to take his fucking head clean off. I am genuinely. This is, I think, the most motivated I've been since I entered, as in battle rap as a whole. I am looking to rip the fucking roof off the building on Saturday, and that's exactly what I intend to do. For me, this is balance. This is a Hamill who's joking. This is a Hamill who's tenacious, aggressive. This is a Hamill who's calculated more than anything else, I would say. Yeah, this material has everything in it, in my opinion. So I'm confident that Slimbuck will do his very best. And, when he's on form, he's a dangerous battler, his Buck. But I don't think it'll be enough. And if it is, then fair fucking play to him, because it's horrible material to stand in front of this. So look, if that doesn't fucking make you want to buy a ticket or turn up, I don't know what will. But yeah, me versus Slimbuck on Saturday, it's going to be a fantastic battle, and I'm going to kill him.
Love it. If you do need to get your tickets still, there is limited tickets, and the day's coming. PremierBattles.club, 48 hours, right? And this is going to be the night of. So You know, I will say good luck to all of you. You know, just you've all been saying it to each other, just have fun in it. Like, just enjoy the moment that you're in, especially the semi-final. And to be fair, even you, Hamill, you've earned your spot here. So just go up and prove why you did, innit? Like, that's all I think you got to do. So how I like to end these streams, I don't know, Dub, you might have seen this before, but I play the Battle Rap Association game. Okay, so basically, I'm going to say a battler. Then we'll go to Pagan, then we'll go to Hamill, then we'll go to Dub. Pagan, when I say a battler, you got to say someone that battler's battled, right? And then Hamill, you have to say someone that battler's battled. And then we just keep going and keep going. When you can't think of one, you're out. And then we will keep going until there's one person left, okay? So I don't know if there is anyone in the chat actually writing comments, but we'll give them a second if anyone wants to put a battler out. I do say try and keep it UK because this is a UK battle rap stream. But if we do have anyone else, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, we'll give it a second, just see if anyone does put a comment in. I'm not sure anyone is still here at the moment. Do you know what? I'm just going to say something.
I'm about to get fucking exposed, boys. I'm about to get exposed for nothing about battle rap.
All right, I'm going to start off. Pagan, you're next, all right? So be ready. I will, like, it is like the old school drinking game, yeah? So if you stumble, if you take too long, you're out, all right? And if we have to fact check any of them, then you're out as well because we ain't got time to fact check them. So I'm going to say Tech. Pagan, someone that Tech has battled. Go.
Enigma.
Hamill.
McCoy.
Hamill.
Cooper. Shit. Cooper. Pagan, back to you.
Gas Buff.
Reverse.
Carlton Shanks.
Oh shit! No, I weren't meant to go up first. All right, I'm out. We'll go on for another one then. I'm gonna say Jesus, man. There are so many as well. I've watched him live like 3 times. I'm gonna say just because I can see him in the chat. So Pagan, it's on you when we start again. All right. And I'm out now. So Dub, after Dub, it goes back to Pagan. I'm gonna say Black Tea.
Trubs.
Fuck! I've not seen a single Trubs battle. I've not watched. Oh no, he's battle blacked it. No, I've not seen any Trubs battles, man.
Alright, that's cool. That's cool. But Hamill, give us a battler and Dub T and Pagan. This was meant to happen, wasn't it? This is your first round. Who's going into the battle 1-0 up? Hamill, give us a battler for Dub to go with.
Do you know what? I'm so horrible, me. I just thought of like a proper obscure one, but I don't want to do Dub like that, or there won't be around. So I'm gonna go easy. I'm gonna go Gemini.
Cool.
I'll go Bobby Rex.
Bizzo
Bond. Dub, this is the worst time for your camera to go like that.
No, man.
Sorry, go on. You're back on. Bizzo Bond, he said.
I said Matter.
Pagan. Slester.
I'm going to go for Slester has battled Gas Buff.
Pagan.
Does it count if we already said?
It was in the last round.
Okay. Kingsley.
O'Shea.
My verse. Just because I watched that.
UK only.
Okay. Kingsley. No, we already said Kingsley.
Oh, that's got it.
Right, so that means unfortunately. Do you know what though? Well done.
Single person.
Yeah, those are the hardest. O'Shea has had like 150 battles. Yeah. So everyone comes into your head at once. You can't pick a one. It's
if
so
you
good.
just said any battler there, lad, we wouldn't have even fact-checked it.
Yeah.
We would have just been like, Osh would have battled him.
Unless Sean Cray, because like they said, we would never battle Sean Cray, right?
Yeah.
The last I watched, him versus my verse and him versus Charlie Clips, and I was like, fuck, he can't be an American. And then I was like, Kingsley, and then I was like, but I watched versus Briggsy, I should have said that.
Yeah. I see, whenever someone says O'Shea, the first battle I think it was Tony. Like straight away, that's just my go-to answer.
Yeah, I think of Luna. I love that battle.
Yeah.
He's fucking brilliant, man.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully get back to events like that as well. Make sure you're sounding out.
Your stage said you had a great foot. My all-time game.
So yeah, John, congratulations, you won it this time. But yeah, man, next time you come on, I'm gonna
that's 1-0.
That is 1-0.
But win the coin toss, I've won. So you know what I'm saying?
Basically.
There we go. There we go. So yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Like I say, good luck to all of you in the event this weekend. If you can't make it, get down there. Levels in London, Premier Battles Club. We're gonna end there, guys. Thanks again for coming on. We're done.